What's up guys, Easton here with Down South Expeditions, and today we're going to be installing the very first set of sway bar in-link, disconnectable in-links on the 2019 Ford Ranger. You guys have been looking for them since the Ranger had come out, and I've got some of the first sets right here. Now, I'm going to put the link to Squaretail Manufacturing in the description below. If I use my discount code, Down South Discount, you will get free shipping on these bad boys from USA and Canada. So make sure you check them out. Description down below. Get the link. Get you some. They're $200. If you use my link, you get free shipping, and we're going to get set. So we're going to get these babies installed. We're going to take you through the whole process and to get an overall view. Let's do it. So first guys, step number one, before you jack your truck up in the air, while it's still sitting on its own weight on the tires, go ahead and break your lug nuts loose, and that way the wheel won't be spinning around while you got it up in the air. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then get the truck up in the air, get some jack stands up underneath it first, because you know, safety first, and then we're going to pull the wheels off and get started. Alrighty, so now we've got the truck all the way off the ground. We got the jack stands up underneath it on the cross member right there. That way we got a secure point to the ground. We don't have to worry about this thing going nowhere. You know, safety first. You know, safety first. So now we got all the lug nuts off. Got this last one here. I'm just gonna remove your tire. Voila. Alright guys, so first off, you're gonna start with removing this bolt right here. What you're gonna need is a 18mm box wrench, open-ended. That way you can get it on the bolt here in just a second. And your 6mm Allen key so that you can hold the bolt steady while you loosen up the nut. Alright guys, so after trying the box wrench for a second there, I wasn't able to get it loose, so just go ahead to your 3/4 inch. If your Ranger's about 2 years old, these are probably going to be on there pretty good, so just use the 3/4 inch drive ratchet and the 18mm socket, and that's going to bust it off there. And she's ready to go. Alright guys, so now, once you've removed the bolt from the top, you're going to move down to this one right here on the other side that is connecting the sway bar itself to the end link, and you're going to remove that with the same 18mm socket. Knuckle busters, here we come. Oh, this is going to hurt. Shut up, I knew it was coming. Alright guys, so after a few trials with the box wrench again, it helps if you have a 3/4 inch drive with the long extension and the 18mm socket, and that's going to give you enough torque to bust off the nut on the end of the sway bar. After I broke it loose with the big 18 and the 3/4 inch drive, I had to result in we got a 1/2 inch drive, the long adapter for a 6mm Allen key, and then the 18mm box wrench here, and that was able to, because the bolt did start to slide, so the nut wasn't coming off, so we got it off with that. And then after that, we're going to remove the sway bar end link itself, so we're going to do that now. And that's it guys, that is your stock Ranger sway bar end link. Now we're going to compare it to the new end links. You can see this one's about the size of a number 2 pencil, and this one is what it should look like from the factory. So now we're going to get these installed on here and check it out. Alrighty guys, so now that you've got your old sway bar end link out of there, you're going to use the new hardware included to start putting these on. So you'll notice that the hardware that is included is going to be a little bit smaller than the old bolts that were first on the sway bar. Now, it says in the instructions that the main bolt is a little bit smaller than the factory hole to account for burrs, aborting, and collapsing the factory hole. But nonetheless, this aluminum, or excuse me, the strength of the fasteners exceeds the factory specification. So you're going to use the smaller end here, and when you're doing the top, you're going to go from inside out, and then you're going to tighten it down. and then torque it at 45 foot-pounds. Now you're probably going to have to get a hold of it on the other side. That way you can securely torque the bolt here. And now you fastened your bolt to 45 foot-pounds. All right, now vice versa, when you're doing the bolts on the sway bar end, you're going to go the opposite way. So now you're going to take the smaller end, go away from you there, and then apply the fastener here. And you're going to do the same thing and tighten it down, and then we're going to torque it as well to 45 foot-pounds. Alrighty guys, so this is what it's going to look like before you put your tires back on and then level the truck back out on the ground. So you've got your bolt right here and nut torqued at 45 foot-pounds. Bolt right here and nut also torqued at 45 foot-pounds. Now you're going to head the rubber washers. You'll see those come into play here in just a little bit. They're already going to be on there, so just leave those on here. And then you're going to come around to the other side here. All of our tools, and then you're going to repeat the same steps, do everything the exact same that you saw earlier. Bolts the same way with the washers, all torqued to 45 foot-pounds. And now you're going to put your wheels and tires back on and then lay the truck down on the ground, and then after that you can install the bars themselves and do as you please. Take them off, take them on, all that kind of good stuff. So let's jump right into it. Alrighty guys, so here's a little clip of the end links installed. They look really nice. Who doesn't love some gold in the wheel well there? You can see we have the rubber O-ring is on the inside here, and then these are hand tightened, nothing more. And then you've got your clips here to keep the wing nuts from backing themselves out if they were to get loose. Obviously you want to check these every once in a while if you're not taking the sway bars out very often. Guys, so it is the next day. We've got the sway bars connected right now. I'm going to show you guys how to quickly take them on and off and try to get some footage here of the difference. I'm just going to take the truck through the ditch over here, show you how much extra flex, how much more the front wheels tuck up inside the fender wells, all that good stuff, because my computer is going off to get fixed because, you know, I can't have nice things around here. I'm going to mess them up sooner than later. So I'm going to try to get this video edited for you guys so I can get it up in just a little while before I have to take my computer to get fixed. So let's jump into it, take these things off, do some testing, and get it filmed. Let's do it. Alrighty, so I'm gonna pull the truck across the ditch here. This is with the sway bars connected, and we're gonna take a look at how that looks right now. Alrighty, so as you can tell, they're tucking pretty decently up here in the front. Here's my reference, 1L. You can see it almost, my hand can almost touch the fender liner, but not quite. Over here in the rear, the tire is getting, it's about reaching full flex. Doing decent on this side, not too bad. And then right here, you can see we've got about, you know, a good 1.5 inches, or about 3 inches worth of space. So I'm going to disconnect the sway bars real fast and try it again. I'm not sure how easy it is to tell for you guys, but definitely getting more flex right here on the front wheel. The rear end is not having to stretch out near as much because the front has got a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm thinking about. The rear end is not having to flex as much because the front is flexing a lot more now with the sway bars disconnected. The truck felt a lot more stable, and as you can tell, yeah, definitely a lot more flex on this side as well. Articulation is the word that I'm looking for. Over here, about the same as you would think, but overall the truck is definitely a lot easier going on this type of terrain. So I think if I had a ditch that was a little bit bigger, I still would not be dropping that back wheel like you would if you had the sway bars connected. So alrighty guys, so I am driving the truck right now with the sway bars off. So no sway bar connectors, no end links right now. And to be honest, it is not quite as boaty as I thought it was going to be. A lot of people say, you know, when you're driving around with the sway bar end links disconnected, that the truck seems to be a lot more or less stable. I mean, obviously when I go around turns and stuff like that, you can tell that they're disconnected. However, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Now, as you guys know, I am running the ARB Pro Truck Kit. Now, if you're on stock suspension or another suspension brand, I cannot vouch for that. I don't know how that would be, but as far as I'm concerned, with the ARB setup and the end links disconnected, the truck feels still pretty stable. I can say for one thing that it eats up the bumps in the road a lot better. Now, that is to, you know, you kind of do the trade-off with a little more body roll, but nonetheless, if you're driving carefully at safe speed, I don't think you have anything to worry about. Now that said, when you do put the sway bar end links back on, it is back to stock. Your alignment is not tampered with, nothing like that is. You can definitely pick up on the bumps in the road a little bit more when you have the end links connected, but that's you know, that's to be expected. You're reattaching those two sides of the truck back together, which would make for a little bit rougher ride. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this review, the install of the Square Tail Manufacturing disconnectable sway bar end links. That is a mouthful, but nonetheless, remember guys, if you use my discount code at Down South Discount in his website there, that will also be in the description. You will get free shipping on your parts there. So guys, make sure you check that out. Thank you for watching. Maybe I've talked you into getting something that you didn't know about. And then, like again, these are some of the first parts here as far as disconnectable sway bar end links. So thanks for watching guys. Easton here with Down South Expeditions. We'll catch you in next time.